This is how you get to know that you're married to a fool and he doesn't love you or she doesn't love you. Look at how they behave and the things they try to present in your life. Look at how they do it. Most of the time, they're fighting to make sure that everything in your life and both of you is 50-50. If you're taking care of the bills, he has to make sure or she has to make sure that you do it based on their terms. Look at how they do it. Most of the time, they will diminish the idea that you are doing your best, and they will never congratulate you. They will never do it because they are not so sure about themselves. They have a lot of insecurities because they tend to think if they do it, they are only doing you a favor. But you have to make sure that you take the best of how things should be so that you understand how to live with such people. I know you're married to them and you're thinking, how can I get rid of such a behavior? You will never change such a person. You will never do anything to make them think right or think straight. Because most of the time, they create situations and they're willing to do it at the expense of even losing their own self to see you have a place of bargaining so that they can take advantage of you. And these kinds of people, they always try to show you no emotion because they have left away everything and left out everything that they need to do to ensure that the relationship works. And that is why you're struggling in that relationship and you're fighting to have the best. You cannot get out of such a relationship because they have bound you with empty promises. They have bound you with ideas that have no intention to make that relationship work. And one of the other things that you have to understand, these kind of people, they will tarnish your name based on how they want you to appear. They will make sure they show that they are, the big ones in the relationships. And they are the people that need to have the best, that they deserve everything in this world. So you have to avoid these kinds of red flags before you get into a relationship. Because the moment you get into it, the moment you're married to this kind of a person, what follows next is a lot of regrets. And your emotions will be drained and you'll have nothing to have for the rest of your life. Because one of the things you need to understand, you need the best of yourself when you're 50 years old. You need that version that will be able to handle situations even when you're 60. So sanity of mind is very important. And you have to make sure that you don't fall in the arms of such a person. One person asked me a question. So what do I need to do to understand or to see that this is the kind of person I'm not supposed to be with? You have to be intentional when you're seeking for a relationship. You have to make sure that you do it to your best so that you are able to make sure that everything runs, not based on how you want things to be, but based on the standards you've set. And those standards should positively also impact that person to the very best. So be careful with this kind of a person because you're not going to achieve anything in this life. So married to a person who feels like he's doing you a favor, it is not a go zone place. You have to make sure that you take responsibility.